Up first, let's get to the latest developments from Manipur, which saw violence yesterday after tribal groups were protesting, and there was arson, and you see people walking around with weapons as well. And now the army and Assam rifles have also been requisitioned to help control the situation on the ground, and this as the internet has been suspended and gatherings have been banned.
That's right. The fresh violence was also reported this morning, and in nearly 8 districts of Manipur, there is near total curfew. In fact, the High Court has also issued notice to tribal leaders saying that they instigated innocent people. Ratnadeep is now joining us on the phone line. Ratnadeep, the army and the Assam rifles have been brought in to control the situation. How bad is the situation currently on the ground?
That's right. In fact, Army and Assam Rifles have been requisitioned. Remember, Assam Rifles remains deployed in Manipur. And in fact, Army has been called in Churachandpur district, in Kankopi district, and parts of Imphal Valley as well. From last night and even today, they will be deployed in different areas. There would be flag marches by the Army. In fact, Army sources have told us that because of this, right from last evening till overnight, there have been a lot of violence. There have been a lot of, pitch battles as well as arson, vandalism. And in all this, a lot of innocent people have lost their houses. From different communities, people had to flee their villages because of this kind of turmoil that Manipur is witnessing. About 4,000 people have already been sheltered in different areas and brought to safer places by the security forces. They've been either camped in Army or Assam Rifles cantonments or government premises. So therefore, the state government has requested the Army now to step in. What we are picking up from state government top officials as well as Army sources is that at this moment, as we speak, the situation in all the 8 districts where either Section 144 or a total curfew remains, the situation remains under control. There is no flare-up. However, there is palpable tension. So therefore, in fact, more reinforcement are being sent into areas which which are vulnerable, and Army would be carrying out flag marches. Remember, yesterday that tribal groups, particularly led by a tribal student body, called for a solidarity march against the protests that the tribal groups have been organizing. They're mixed with the Manipur High Court order of allowing the state government to consider the majority community, the Meiteis, to be included in the scheduled tribe list. And not only this, there has been confrontation in past. Only last week we saw in Churachandpur district arson, vandalism in a venue where the chief minister was supposed to attend an event. The tribal groups are mixed with the recent forest survey and eviction drive by the state government. The tribal groups have been saying that in the name of de-encroachment drive, the state government is trying to harass tribal people. The state government claims that in the forest areas, new villages have come up. The state government has actually went on record to say that there have been tribal refugees who have come from the other side of the border from Myanmar after the Myanmar crisis. Remember, Manipur has a porous border with Myanmar, and you have tribal groups residing on both sides of the border. So the situation, is also evolving with ethnic fault lines really deepening now. The state government says that they're trying their best to, mitigate the situation. Remember, there has been a standoff regarding the state government's recent decision of trying to pull out of a ceasefire agreement with some of the tribal rebel groups. And in fact, what is alarming is that in all this, all the videos which have been doing around, there are videos of people with automatic weapons inside the mob, and that's exactly why the state government says that they have called in the army to take control over the situation. The army sources tell us that they have been able to brought the situation under the control, but what sources are telling us, in all these districts, 8 of them, and particularly those in the hill areas, Churachandpur, Kankopi to be very precise, as well as Vishnupur district, the situation remains tense otherwise. And the areas which actually are border areas between the valley region of Manipur, which is dominated by the Meiteis, and the hill areas, which is dominated by the tribals, the fringe areas, or the areas where a lot of arson and vandalism took place on either side. That's what we have been told. So these are the areas where army is carrying out flag marches and trying to move out villagers to safer places.